All right, what's going on, guys? We're almost at our 5th stop. We just got to Melbourne, so we're kind of working our way north up that east coast, and I hope y'all are having fun. I know you're about as excited as we are. Ian, how you holding up over there?
Oh, you know it.
See, he can barely contain himself. Did you see that? He almost came out of his seat. What about Trey? She's probably playing with her phone. No, she's alive. Hey, how are you?
Hey.
You guys ready?
Yeah.
All right, hold tight. So this is the freaking jungle. John's over here moving mulch. We're about to get the tour. Hold tight, this is gonna be serious. Because of one of our followers on YouTube that we actually even made this stop. And I thank you guys for that. John, kind of give us the lowdown a little bit.
Okay, so we're on the west side of my residence, which is 2 acres. It's 9 little pieces of property put together, and my house is in the middle of it. What you see is I guess the beginning and the middle of a forest garden. Gosh, I moved here in '95, but I'm to this house. I lived in the neighborhood since 1980, and I started gardening here probably in the early '90s. It was in the vacant lands here I owned. Then I bought the house. Was the last thing I bought, and so it's slowly been assembled into a 2-acre plot. But the gardening started, right away. But I fell in love with bamboo and had a huge bamboo collection here for about a decade.
You must know Andy Firk.
I do.
Okay, yeah.
So, and now I've kind of given up some of the bamboo in favor of other edibles. So, but you'll see some favorite bamboos here and there.
Oh, look, so you got a nice fedge, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
Suriname cherry.
Yeah. Did it plant itself, or did you plant it?
I planted that one. It probably is planting itself.
Okay.
So here's a pond I share with my neighbor. It's an old roller skating rink. It has a concrete bottom.
Really?
And it's about 18 inches in the middle, and it's got all kinds of mullet and probably some redfish. It used to have sheephead. You know, they would just release some of their catch here.
Oh, so this is brackish? It's tied into
brackish,
saltwater?
yeah. It's the artesian wells are pretty brackish.
Really?
And all of those species can live in freshwater when they breed and stuff. So my main input is wood chips from the contractors who chip wood for the power company.
Yeah.
Splund is the local one, and so they'll dump here because it's easier than going to the city dump.
So you haven't spent tens of thousands of dollars on mulch here?
No, I do tip them, but I
do tip them. Okay.
Yeah, it's free mulch. But
so is that a tip for our viewers? Is that what keeps them coming back?
Yeah.
Okay.
Offer them some, lunch money or something.
Yeah, I agree.
Harvest them.
You got an overstory of papayas over here. Some
Yeah.
30-footers.
Yeah.
Wow.
We've had like 8 years of no freezing, so that's unusual. Just a very mild winter for 8 years in a row. These are seedling avocados that have borne fruit. That one got topped on purpose. Then there's all of these others. They're probably 10 feet apart just to see what's going to go.
Which one does best. You might get that good freak, huh?
This is a nursery. It's hard to tell, but there's probably 200 seedlings in there. Avocado, mango, other things. So seedling avocados tend to grow very quickly. They go through their juvenile stage and they reach toward the canopy. That's what I like about seedlings. These are seedling avocados. These are the ones that give me maroon colored fruit.
I'd say this is a little bit of a different looking leaf for an avocado too.
Yeah,
These trees look different.
Yeah, it's.
That's the plus side to planting from seed. You never know what you're going to get.
So it has the characteristics of a variety called Hardee, H-A-R-D-E-E. Long, maroon, and it rattles. The seed is smaller than the cavity.
Wow.
So it's not a strong commercial one because of that rattle, but it's beautiful. It's maroon, it's long, not as long as some of them, but long for a commercial.
When you said seedling, John, on most of these, is that just a grocery store seedling or a local avocado seedling?
It's local avocado.
Local avocado,
yeah.
Okay. That's smart.
Yeah, because they've already...
already adapted to the area, yeah.
But there's, you're standing within 50 feet of probably 30 avocado seedlings.
So is that like a crazy tree house over here, or what?
Made from palm trees.
This is?
Yeah. I have a friend who lives there, and I'm going to probably build a few more like that.
There's my ADD kicking in. I stopped looking at the plants, but I can't help myself. How long's it been there?
Gosh, 25 years probably.
So it's made it through the hurricanes?
Yes, it's got 9 legs. I mean, it's like a big truss. I'll show you Kyle's garden. He lives in the treehouse and gardens here.
Lucky him. How did he score that position?
I just needed more people on the land, so he helps me keep it. He's a woodworker and a gardener. So this is a hugelkultur bed.
So it gets in.
So it used to be a big planting of bamboo that we turned into hugelkultur, buried the bamboo and other things.
Cool.
So this is his winter garden. He does a lot on the hugel in the cooler months from like November through, I don't know, May perhaps. This was
these
all.
are the perennial kales that are left over from his
Yeah.
annuals. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, let's meander this way and we'll make a loop. More tall bananas. Oh, go ahead and take it.
Really?
Yeah, that's ready.
Oh, you guys, hold on. Get your fruit ready. Oh, it's a white flesh. So this side's a little rotten. We won't eat that side. We'll share the other side with the bugs.
There's another one. With,
Oh, there's worms in it.
That's the best part. That's extra protein, Trey. Oh, I forgot you're vegan. Don't eat that.
There's a lot of dragon fruit that just put on some blooms.
Whoa.
They don't all make fruit, but we'll find some. Let's see if we can find some atamoyas.
Whoa! Did you hear that? Atamoya. So what do you do with all these atamoyas?
I don't usually have this many on one tree.
This is
we
the
eat
first
them
year, really?
one at a time, yeah.
Wow. Never had the problem of abundance with these, huh?
Right, I'm hoping. They're kind of shy bearers. You don't really see. Here's a shady area where I grow some gingers and turmeric and things like that. There's probably 5 or 6 gingers I got from Joe.
Nice. Yeah, I see some katuk. That's a nice understory plant also.
Right.
Great perennial.
Here's some, I think these are Vietnamese.
Whoa.
And there's quite a few. Let's find the biggest, reddest one. Here's one. That's why I was asking about a knife, if anybody had a knife.
Yeah.
Just...
Whoa.
Yeah, you could just sort of rip it out.
That is amazing. Wow.
So
I kind of recently wrote these off as, not having much flavor, not being very good. And we went down to Homestead and we stayed on a dragon fruit farm and I fell in love with them. We had a white variety like this that had a really nice flavor. Kind of lingered with you a little bit. I mean, they're delicious. They're refreshing.
So here's another potential treehouse area. These trees were moved here 25 years ago or so with the tree spade. Not all of them, but some of them. So see, there's this little circle here, bigger circle, and this might be the ladder, the steps.
Oh, so this is put here for the intent of another treehouse.
Seedling Mango. It was a Glen seedling, and the fruit is very much like Glen. It's delicious. It bears every year. You know what this is, don't you?
Pigeon pea?
Yeah. Seedling.
Nice.
This came up.
Very nice.
Beautyberry.
Calicarpa americana.
These avocados are seedlings. A lot of these are Brogden seedlings. I just like Brogden's cold hardiness and black skin, so I've been going crazy with them. Canistel. This seedling has borne fruit for 2 or 3 years in a row. Probably this fall or this winter I'll find a few.
Wow.
That I don't see now, but they're really delicious. This is a seedling longan that I grew, I don't know, 10 years ago. And it just, it had this very open canopy that it branched at 3 feet.
It doesn't get any better than that. That's
I didn't
what we
tell
want.
it to, yeah. So it took a little bit of hurricane damage, but.
Kind of has that perfect base going.
Yeah.
Oh, I see mulberries.
Yeah, this is the everbearing that just only stays bush size. So I grew them in kind of as a tall hedge. So this lot was vacant and I bought it and then went crazy with hugelkultur. So there's a lot of nitrogen fixers here.
We just crossed the road. I thought it was just that one city block. We were on the other side. So, John, you're taking over the neighborhood.
Pineapple can take a lot of shade.
Loves the understory.
So yeah, we're happy. Here's Cooking Bay Nobilis. It's the one
bay
everybody knows. Yeah.
Whoa, you got a peach here.
Yeah. They I don't get many.
Probably a little too warm for peaches, huh?
Well, it's the one bred. It's one of those low chills, but still.
So, John, what do we have going on here? I feel like I'm walking in between Indian mounds. Is
Yeah.
this just mulch?
Yeah, it took like 30 loads of filled dirt and logs. And so this is hugelkultur basically. So there's limbs and logs and chips and soil and then repeat, lasagna layers. And this is about, 4 years old. It feels wonderful. Let's just walk up. It just...
You got a change in elevation over here, huh?
We're not in Florida anymore.
Wow, it's soft too, so you really built the soil up.
So we're maybe 6 feet above grade, and it's just what a huge difference in terms of just your what you can see.
You're looking at the roof over here.
Yeah, you're
Wow.
actually. So it's just when you're used to not having elevation, it certainly is a nice thing to do. Of course, there's a lot of sand and clay and stuff too. I mean, this is not this. The mulch layers are just a few inches, but there's logs and limbs and a lot of wood down there that's going to decay very slowly.
Any machines involved in this whole process?
Yeah. Well, big, huge dump trucks, and no, everything was
no, like
hand.
no
It was done-
tractors, no loaders.
No, it was just. I think you get a better job in this small scale with wheelbarrows and shovels and rakes. You get a better job, and just as fast.
Now, John, you're saying small scale. Like, this isn't a little
this-
backyard.
this
We're on a
is-
couple of acres around here.
Yeah, this is 3/10 of an acre though. This is just,
Okay,
just
this
two
little
small
spot.
lots. Yeah. But it's still, I mean, it took us a year to get it all done. We'd make the truck back as close as we could until it were done. Only one of them got stuck. So now at least I think we're making a climate where other trees can grow pretty good now that we got these pioneers here.
Yeah.
So
You've created your south-face slope over here on this side, huh? A little protected from the north.
Yep.
Wow.
There's Inga.
Inga edgeless. Wow.
All
Ice
my
cream
Ingas
bean.
didn't do well, but that one is happy.
You really have a lot of nitrogen fixtures. It's
Yeah.
nice to see that in the system.
That,
A lot of times people miss that nitrogen fixer or the one that brings in the beneficial insects. You know, it tends to be sometimes just the fruit trees. It's nice to see all this stuff.
Definitely.
So, John, I mean, what's going on over here across the street? Are they just inspired, or is this
well,
your
no,
doing? What's happening here?
I actually, this is a rental house that I got recently, so.
You can't stop planting. You're like the man that planted trees over here.
Yeah, so
This
we're
is unbelievable.
slowly,
This is so impressive. So that's you down there too?
yeah,
So
so
you're like
those two,
literally taking over like city blocks.
except for a few places in the middle. Yeah, there's
Except for people. You're trying to get those ones in the middle, I can tell.
it's
Wow.
it's about all I can handle. I think I've reached my limit in terms of just where
Maintenance
to
and
be, but you know, it's going to be pretty. It's going to be privacy will come from green things, not big fences, but just green fences.
I really love what you said earlier too. So what are you doing with the abundance? You're donating it to like food pantries and stuff? Or?
There's what do they call themselves? Daily bread. And so
Okay.
when I have a bunch of bananas getting ready to go, I take them down there,
Nice.
a box at a time. They're
Okay.
delighted to get them because they're unusual bananas. They're the kind you can't get in a store.
Yeah, I know.
And the people recognize them, and they actually ask for them. So
Wow.
someday I hope to have a fruit stand or have some kind of wholesale trade or retail trade. I just don't have the time to do that part of it right now.
So what fuels your fire for this? I mean, obviously I know there's a lot of rewards that come out of it, but I mean, what got you going?
Well, I think coming across some permaculture articles back in the mid '90s was, was a moment of a course reset. You know,
Okay.
I would, and I've never been good with annuals in terms of planting the seed on time and so forth. And they were pushing perennials. In other words, plant a garden that is always there.
Food forest.
And so the idea of a perennial system with annual things under them or intermixed was right here is the first course of a hugel mound. This one won't be very big. It may be 18 inches or 2 feet. So it's just some oak, some dead oak. None of it is rotten really. It just all probably was cut this year. So that's the basis, and I'll put some sand or soil strippings. We'll put smaller limbs and stuff for the next layer, and you know it'll finish at 2 feet and bring it.
Any tips or learning experiences or out of this to share?
If you want fast action on a hugel, I would say use rotten wood.
Okay.
Use things that have been dead for a long time and the decay is well along. And then I think you can hit the ground running.
So I will say I've seen not a lack of, but I don't see any irrigation out here.
There's no irrigation. Yeah.
What?
There's a well on these two houses. I've never used it. A saltwater intrusion this close to the coast is a big problem.
Yeah.
So we're sucking it out way faster than we're putting it back. So I don't want to water with the brine, a salt brine. So rainwater, and so there's rainwater catchment. There's rain barrels on every gutter, and
Wow.
so I hand carry to the newly planted stuff. But the mulch is a sponge.
It's enough to retain
retain the rainwater, store some for newly planted things, and I can do better than the people that irrigate every day, because when we get a storm that has nitrogen in the water, I'm not washing it out with well water, salty well water. Whereas they turn it on the next day and they're taking all that nice nitrogen and
they're retaining it all. Yeah.
they're sending it deeper into the soil.
So this system pretty much thrives on neglect. I mean, you put a little bit of input into it, but for the most part,
things die. I mean, I lose plants. We're going to probably lose those 2 avocados. I don't know why. They'll get replaced with something. I have an awful lot of egg fruit, canistel, on here. There's like 6 here. There's like 11 on that, around that other one. I mean,
oh wow,
they're not all going to make it, but like she said, it's such a special fruit. Nobody hardly grows it around here, so I will be a supplier, I hope.
A canistel grove over here. Nice.
So we can go see the membranacea, Bambusa membranacea.
Bambusa membranacea. Okay. Nice.
So this one is fairly an open clumper. Look how short the internodes. They're less than a foot. They're like 9 or 10 inches.
Those aren't trimmed?
No, but I mean, look, the internodes are just they're really short.
The spacing, yeah.
The spacing is like that. And look at this stress response when this one, I don't know what happened, but
and it's creaking a little bit.
Look at the diameter of that, 2.5. Follow it up, and it grows another 1/2 inch or 1 inch.
Whoa.
Isn't that cool?
It gets bigger.
It gets bigger. That's the only one I know that does that.
That's pretty awesome.
Grows in diameter.
I've never seen that before.
Sometimes the side branches come out horizontal before they curve upward.
Really?
So it's an unusual, a very open clumper. This has been here probably 25 years.
This one's not very common, huh?
Right, it's not. But
where'd you get it?
I was a collector back in the Bamboo Society. Yeah,
okay.
So.
How cool is this?
So this is a pond. It's 7 feet deep. You know, it goes below grade, and then we're 3 feet above grade. And the hyacinths are keeping the fish safe, tilapia mostly.
Wow.
And in the winter, that's my blanket for keeping the heat in.
Holding some heat here. Wow. Did you line this?
I did. It's got a Firestone liner,
nice.
EPDM.
You got to add water much, or?
The water comes from
off the roof.
The gutters, yeah. So here's the smallest pond in the 4 that surround the house. It's I don't know, it's 15 feet across or so, and it's fed by the roof water from the middle gutter here.
There's enough pressure to go down and push it up, huh?
Because it's 2 or 3 feet higher than
on the roof,
than here. So yeah.
Wow.
Black sapote, do you have that going?
So I don't have it growing. Wow, it's covered in fruit.
Yeah, sometimes they do quite well. It's a persimmon.
Yeah, look at this.
And this one's in a lot of shade, so I'm
it's doing really good in that.
I'm encouraged that it could fruit in this much shade.
I mean,
we're on the north side of a canopy, so it doesn't get any brighter than this.
This is deep shade. Yeah.
This is pretty deep, yeah, and yet it's got, I don't know, half a bushel of fruit on it.
You gotta get that.
So here's another circle of palms. Back when I had a lot of palms in the way, we would just move them into circles, thinking they might be animal cages someday, or platforms, or tree houses, or whatever. So this one has not been built into anything, but it's waiting for my...
Another tree house?
Yeah, some kind of platform. I know, Airbnb. You sleep in the air.
Airbnb, literally. Yeah. You could change the way the website is. Let's say somebody at home's watching this and they're trying to get a food forest started. I mean, you have maybe something that's worked for you really well that maybe you want to pass along, or something that's worked really not well and you're like, oh, I'm never going to do this again, and you want to pass that along.
Yeah, overplant. Plant things that you like. Plant too many of, because they won't all make it.
Okay.
And they'll learn to cooperate if they want to survive. And you'll just notice that certain things don't do well. I don't do well with pomegranates. There's some pomegranates there. I've had a few. They split, they fruit, but I don't think we're cold enough or dry enough for those. Same with olives. There's things that we like to try because we can, but they don't.
Yeah.
If you don't see them in your friend's yard, there's probably a reason for that they don't do well. So
nice.
Mulberries do very well. Bananas do very well. Papayas.
These are all the bulletproof ones. Yeah.
Yeah. Do those first, and then do your the ones that are marginal.
A little more rare, maybe a little chancy.
Yeah. But get your bread and butter. Get your major things. And
nice. So you really planted a lot of trees here. I mean, this is pretty awesome. The whole block is like turned into a food forest. I'm impressed.
That's the plan. Well, thank you.
Well done. You've done a lot of hard work here. No, I'm serious. I commend you for what you've done, and it inspired me when I got here. And I think people seeing this video are going to be like, oh my gosh, I mean, we're kind of in the city. I mean, we're in a residential area.
Suburban.
Yeah, this is a suburban jungle for sure. I mean, literally a whole city block. So, John, if people want to find you, do you have a Facebook page for this site or anything
No,
yet?
I don't. Just,
okay. Just John Rogers on Facebook?
Yeah.
Okay.
you'd see me.
All right, so eventually he'll be selling his fruit at the fruit stands. John, thank you for what you do. Appreciate your time. Thank you for opening up your home, the hospitality. I mean, that was really nice of you. You didn't have to let us come here today.